Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink. With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. Evans has it left side. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And that's the first connection. The number 1 overall pick in 2015 finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. Check safety, check safety. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Check, 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 check. What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the eye.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Easy. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Even. Shit. He's checking.
Out of the shotgun is Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Alert. Mike's 54.
All go special.
Watch twin.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken short. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
Jameis throwing here. That's complete to Perriman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 29. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball. What's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
Check me out. Check me out. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Good. Sponge. No.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Reload. We want it. Come to my world. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the 22, Wilson, left side here, taken in by Metcalf. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Well. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Man, I got you.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Hauled in left side here by Jennings. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there. First down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
45's the mic, 45's the mic.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the slant, watch the slant, watch the slant.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Here we go. Check 26, check 26. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. All right, D, let's turn. All right, D.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Winston. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 46 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Winston. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On 2nd and 9, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
You better be afraid of me.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Ready? Blue 8.
Mike 57.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Follow. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And Correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now stands at 13. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing, Winston. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he's with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
That is caught. It's Perriman. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Bang, 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 green, triple follow. Check. Green, triple T. Easy. Mike 54. Come on, Sunday.
Silver. Check the backer. Deuce.
Hey, stop.
Now Jones, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll find Metcalf. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point up and through by Myers. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Shift, watch the shift.
They go read option with Wilson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Buccaneers' 46-yard line.
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54.
Alert. Mike 5-4.
Now it's Wilson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Ndamukong Suh able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
So that'll back him up 5.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Push him back. Push him back.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable for Thomas. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Let's go one more. Out.
Now Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Jones hit and the ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Swing out, bam.
54, right there. 50.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it's caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 28 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
380! Mike 54! Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
Check. Good job right there. Good job right there.
This will be caught at about the 5. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. To try again after the sack. Winston. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Winston now. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I'm coming for you, son. Quick, huh? Check, flip it. 57. Touchdown, defense.
Now Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
To throw is Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. To the air again with Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now fourth and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down.
Green 17.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. 55, Mike, guys, 55.
Easy.
Mike, 55. Mike, 55.
Here we go. Let's go.
Winston to throw for it on fourth. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
Fourth and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that fourth down.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will get them 1 closer. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Play action. It's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Check. Watch 54. Get in the weight room. Gotta go. In and out. Let's go. Check.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
Mike 5-4. Let's go, D.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line.
Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
It's 2nd and inches at the 22-yard line.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Safe.
They run again with Carson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On third down, Carson. Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Seahawks, first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.